Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Dice Must Flow, and today we're going to do another unit unboxing, take a look at the Heavy Field Gun Battery and a unit overview for this unit. This thing there's three field guns in this box, in this package. There's lots of pieces. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what's all in here. Lots of pieces. We've got our bases. We've got the loaders. Actually, looks like he's 2 pieces, so some assembly on him required. I imagine there's going to be several of those guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 12. So we got 12 loaders for the field guns. Go ahead and get a picture there of one of them. So each gun is going to have 2 wheels. That's the easy part. Each gun's got a lifter that's lifting the ammunition. Again, that's going to be the easy part. Extra guy. So we've got 3 of the actual heavy guns. 1, 2, 3. Some side pieces. These are going to be the axles. Three wheels. They're, used to wheel the gun up and down. I found a set of instructions on the web that identify all of the pieces, and so I'm including that here. Okay, doing the overview for the Heavy Field Gun Battery. You see this guy has 3 elements, so there's 3 guns in here at 160 points. It's fairly cheap compared to just a unit of tanks, or even less than a tripod. It's artillery and can only be moved if it's towed by a unit. It has a defense rating of 5 and an armor rating of 5. So hitting it's not going to be an automatic destroying. It's got the heavy field gun special rule, and the weaponry on this is it's a heavy howitzer, range of 150 inches. This thing can totally reach across pretty much any board and hit. And a power rating of +4. And it's got a special fixed position unless towed, which I think we just talked about. And it's got bombardment and barrage 3. So let's talk about those special statistics. Bombardment is, it gets a long-range firepower shot prior to the beginning of the game. So before the first turn, a heavy howitzer can target any enemy on the table or a single unit in reserve if the heavy howitzer's range is sufficient to reach the opposing player's table edge. And line of sight not being required, and no modifiers are applied to the hit roll, and you just go against the basics defense. So basically you're going to get 1 shot before the game even starts at something. The other thing I wanted to talk about here is the power in the Barrage 3. And so when we go back and look at barrage rules, let's go take a look at those. So the unit has a barrage rating of 3 and 3 of them shooting, and so that is going to be a 9-inch barrage. But the rules for heavy barrages talk about, since the template's maximum size is 4, we are going to basically take that 9 minus 4 and get a 5 difference. And so in this case we had +1 to the power of the barrage for every barrage value over 4. So 9 minus 4 is 5, In this example, you would be basically taking an additional 5 power rating to this weapon when shooting it. And so what the heavy field gun really is doing, it's not written here, but it basically shoots a 4-inch radius, hitting everything in that 4 inches, and its power rating is +4 with an additional +5, or a total of +9 on its power rating. So it's going to shoot everything within 4 inches. It's going to roll to hit. If it hits them, it's going to roll, for example, on the tripod to see if it breaks the armor, and it's going to be rolling +9. So if you're shooting against an assault tripod, it needs to roll a 2 to break the armor. Now that additional power rating is not going to help when rolling on the tripod chart. It's still just going to be a straight up roll. So it pretty much means that this thing's shooting at a tripod. If you get a hit, it means it's going to be getting a roll on the tripod internal chart. And so that's what makes this unit incredibly powerful. It just seems like you pretty much are guaranteeing a hit against the tripods. That being said, you still have to roll to hit them. You still have to roll a D10 and get their defense value. So it's only one roll. It's not 3 rolls or 4 rolls because of the barrage template. It's one roll. Everything in the template. It's one roll. Everything in the template, and then let me rephrase that. It is one roll for each element in the template, and everything that is hit is going to be getting a +9 against the armor rating of the unit. And so that's the heavy field gun battery. Like I said, an incredibly powerful unit for the U.S. forces, and when we play this thing, it really tends to dominate, and it's so far a range you can basically park it in the back of your board, and you can reach across the entire board and hit something. So that's it for the artillery units for the heavy field gun battery. Now let's try and figure out how to put this thing together. So let's start again with all of the pieces that are required to build the gun. Our first step is to glue the upper and lower carriage pieces together with the axle and the curved grooves. And here you can see a picture of the piece before and after it's glued, top and bottom. Next we have to build the carriage piece. So you've got the left side and the right side added, and when you get it put together, it should look something like this. You can now add the ammo cradle and crane base. There are 2 holes in the trail pieces and 2 pins on the sides of the ammo cradle. These pins should fit in the holes. The crane base should sit in the 2 grooves on the top of the trails. Next we add the spade, and then we go ahead and add the wheels. Now we're going to assemble the gun and the mount. The pins coming out of the gun should fit through these side mount pieces. You may have to drill a hole or dig it out to actually make that hole big enough for these to go through. Then place the gun inside the mounts, and you should have something that looks like this. Next up, we're going to put the gun actually on the carriage like this, and then finally we're going to glue the crane to the base. And there you have it. It's all done. So thanks so much to the guys over at the AQMF forums for posting these instructions. I don't think I could have figured this out without you guys. So there it is. Hopefully these will help you when building this unit.